So do you find it pretty easy to set the 5200, Chet?
Yes, once you get it set and leveled after it's set up new, pretty much don't adjust it.
Okay, so it's easy for your operators and your herd help to
Yeah.
go in the field and
Yes.
not change much?
Yep. No, it's pretty. And once we get it set for corn ground, it pretty much we don't touch it.
Okay.
It does the same job in pretty much all the soil types that we farm, which is not very many different ones.
Yeah. Have you seen plant health? Have you seen the agronomic side of it get better? With soil structure and all that.
I would say what we seen and what we really wanted to go into the Salford lineup was when you come to dig the field, use a field cultivator, not having, especially like bean ground, not having the long stems that then rat mound is what we call it, or make piles of trash in the field. That was why we looked into more of the vertical tillage, but yet we still need to have deep tillage for corn ground, because we need to have the soil dry out in the spring and have clumps, and so that's where the 5200 really fits that need.
Okay.
And the 4200 does a wonderful job. Doesn't get the ground too black for soybean ground.
Yep.
But it's better than a chisel plow as far as chopping up and mulching and yeah.
How many years have you been running the 5200 now?
I believe 2020, so this will be the 5th fall with them. With the 5200, the 4200, we also ran that Halo VRT. That was a good option for soybean ground also. But we feel like the 4200 is a better fit for us.
Okay.
Especially when it gets wet,
Yeah.
deal with a lot of moisture and typically in the fall. So having 4200 flows material in wet conditions a lot better.
Seems like if the tractor goes through, the 4200 will, right?
Guaranteed, no plugging. Just raise the baskets up. That's the nice part about the hydraulic basket. You just, when you hit those conditions, just get it up out of the air. You don't like cleaning baskets out.
No, it's not a lot of fun.
That's the nice part about hydraulic baskets. If we're gonna have baskets on anything tillage related, whether it's spring or fall, they have got to be hydraulic to be able to, you want to use the basket when you can, but sometimes conditions just don't allow, as you know.
Yep. Apparently Horse thinks they need to go in front of everyone.
Getting budged. What's it like to be a Salford rep?
Oh, it's fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to meet a lot of people, get to see a lot of the country, I guess, and it's really fun to hear all the success stories.
Is it easy to sell Salford equipment?
It seems to be, especially 5200, which because we sold you guys one after you demoed it. It's one of the best tools to take to a guy and automatically see the benefit from it.
Yeah.
Our in other independent series tools, they work awesome, but it takes months to see the benefit from it by cutting and sizing residue. And but the 5200 is just it's very satisfaction right away.
That first year we used the 5200, did some side-by-sides in the demo that you guys brought out, and visually it didn't look as black as our rippers, like right away. And come springtime, when we ran the field cultivator over it, there was a night and day difference. Like the ripper, there was a ton more trash, and like the drags on the field cultivator were piling it, where the 5200 was, it was like a lot less trash.
I assume that just comes from the cutting and sizing that the 5200 does.
And I think it pretty much covers every square inch where, a ripper is spaced every 30 inches. So it looks blacker, but you're really not, you're just covering it up. And well, for us, late getting to November, and there ain't much breakdown that happens then. Because then it just freezes up and so basically you get into the later of November, mid-November, And what it looks like then, it's going to be like in the spring.
Yep.
When you get to the field. So that we've seen multiple times because we've had to break the rippers out when it's like tilling water.
Yeah.
Because we just can't. We need anything that's light to go.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime that happens, it's like, oh, I know what we're set up for in the spring.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be trashy. And then, that's where I would say the biggest yield gain is, your planter don't like trash. Your corn seed don't want to be planted next to a bunch of trash, and ain't going to perform. You're going to have uneven emergence. So having that and having the field leveled off and smooth, no big trash mounds is huge for emergence of corn, even emergence of corn plants. That's really cool to see the flag test. Have you ever seen these done?
Yep.
Like the difference, like the one that comes up 3-4 days after, there's virtually no cob on it. It's
Really?
more like a weed than a corn plant.
Okay. With your high-speed planters, I suppose it's really made a difference to have a 5200 versus a ripper. Just that row unit probably just rides so much smoother, I would assume.
Yeah, no, the speed planting, anything speed related on a planter, you need perfect conditions of planting. You can't have big mud chumps. You can't have trash, rocks. That's the biggest thing that we noticed from going to more vertical tillage is rock picking is virtually non-existent now. Like there's fields that we had to have rock pickers out there that now if the guy's got to stop and pick, we have 5-6 rocks, small ones. We're not hooking out the ones the size of the tractor hood or a car. And that to the other point is running a ripper. It was always broke down.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of rocks and they just beat on them, shear bolts, and that really limits you to who can run it too. You've met him, the guy that used to run tillage. He was 70 plus years old, and to crawl under there and beat a bolt out that's bent over, and that was becoming not possible.
Yeah.
So now,
heck, we don't even like doing it. So
no,
I mean we're young,
and then that's downtime where you're sitting idling your tractor. Nowadays it's something 10-15 years ago people didn't really care how many hours your tractor idled. Now that's something that here's $100, $150 every time you're sitting there idling for an hour.
Yep. Are we recording?
We're back to live.
Does it see us or does it see the tillage tool?
Both.
Don't plug it.
It's a Salford, it don't plug.
That looks good when you get up to speed. Can you pull it faster?
That is all she wants.
8.5. 570 horse with a 19-footer, 8.5 mile an hour Chet.
Buried to the hub. Just like that.
You didn't run anybody over either.
No.